Mother Teresa, founder of the Missionaries of Charity, once said, "Helping hands are better than praying lips." My family and I go to India every few years to visit our relatives, and these trips are always special, as I'm able to learn more about my culture and who I am. Learning about my ancestors who paved the way for me to be where I am today, all the sacrifices and hard work they have done, gives me gratitude greater than my heart can hold. Most importantly, I'm always fascinated to learn about my ancestors and how they helped many people throughout their lives in various different ways. Some of the key lessons I've learned include about ancestors who paved the way, my family's hard work to get us here, and the impact they made on other people's lives. Someone who I've never met but always look up to is my grandfather, Dr. Jagannathan Royappa Pillai, who I call Tata. My Tata was from Dindigul, a city in Tamil Nadu, India. He was one of the few doctors in the surrounding areas. One thing I always hear about him is that no matter what, he would always make sure to help those around him and give back to his community. Practicing Ayurvedic medicine, he would make his own medications, specifically a pink-colored syrup that he used to treat his patients for everything, from fevers to body pain and anything in between. Throughout the years, whenever we go to Dindigul, I learned something new about him, but the one thing that's always stayed constant throughout all of this is that he was truly dedicated to the work he did. He put profession first and helped everyone who came seeking treatment, whether they had money or not. Sadly, he passed away at only 54 years old, leaving behind his wife, my grandmother, and 6 children. His goodness helped the family in later years, with people paying forward to help the family that helped them. Even today, when I go to Dindigul, and now even here in America, I hear stories about how that pink medicine saved them in their time of hardship. His kindness and service to our world is still present even today and remembered by many, over 40 years later. And if I'm here speaking at this moment, my Tata deserves a great amount of credit, as it is his good deeds, along with my family's hard work, that has brought me to where I am today. Hearing from those whose lives were touched by those I call family makes me realize how blessed I am and how I must follow their path to help many more people. Sadly, during these trips to India, I was also exposed to the harsh reality that I'm blessed with many opportunities and resources that I might take for granted. I saw many people lining the streets, from young infants, children who had to work to help their families, and people so frail they could barely sit up to eat a meal that was left over from someone else. I would see kids as young as 5 years old, holding large stacks of magazines and coloring books, and among other things, walking through the busy streets from car to car, trying to earn a few rupees for their family. Instead of holding school bags with books to better their future, they were depleted of their childhood in hopes of helping their family. Witnessing all of this caused me to feel sad, as these children deserve better. This made me realize I have to do something to help them. According to Merriam-Webster, happiness is defined as a state of well-being and contentment. In one word, joy. Since a young age, I've always loved helping people, whether it's helping unload donations at the food pantry, scattering seed balls to grow trees, or helping my peers as a peer tutor. Helping others always brings me joy. The feeling that I just made someone's day a little better will take away any amount of tiredness or stress I have, even if I do go home and sleep right away. This has inspired me to take on many more projects throughout the years to help many people, and truly witness the impact I am making in their lives and the world. Having been a Girl Scout since I was in kindergarten, the prestigious Gold Award is something I have been working towards for the past 12 years. From small steps of leading badges to organizing and planning whole meetings, being a Girl Scout helped me gain many skills that have and will continue to help me throughout my life. When brainstorming ideas for my Gold Award, I look back on what I did in the past. This made me realize that everything I did related to one of two topics: deforestation and food insecurity. Although these topics are polar opposites, I thought about how I could use these interests to help my community and world. The first Atichiri, in a series of 109 written by Avvaiyar, a 12th century poet, whose writings are primary for many young children, as they are only a few words long but have valuable life lessons, is Aram Seyya Virumbu, which means have the desire to do good. This past summer, I had the opportunity to go to India again. But this trip was different. This was the first time I was going with more than the sole intention of visiting my cousins and hanging out for 2 months. As much as I was looking forward to the delicious food from roadside shops and drinking fresh, tender coconut water, there was another reason I was excited. I was going to do what I love most, helping others through my Gold Award project. I was able to connect with a school in a village called Karalpakkam in Tamil Nadu, my home state, where I had the opportunity to teach and interact with the students there. Many of these students depend on the free midday meal program. As for some, it's the only meal they get that day, and for others, that's the only reason they are able to go to school, as their parents are satisfied that their kids get at least one healthy meal every day. The free midday meal program was started in the late 1960s by former Chief Minister K. Kamaraj, as he himself was not able to complete schooling due to monetary issues. Learning about this program led me to think, what about the kids who are too young to go to school, or those who completed their studies? More importantly, what about the students' families and their parents who work day and night out of love and affection for their children? Now that I had the questions, I needed an answer. That was my Gold Award project, Kudumba Unavu Thittam, which in my mother tongue means family food project. I decided to start a community garden at the school to teach students about the importance of having a healthy and balanced diet. To motivate them to get involved and learn, I used a technique that helped me greatly when I'm learning something new: hands-on learning. By teaching students not only to care for a garden, but also the science behind it, it helps them see the whole picture, as they can see what happens behind the scenes when they're not physically in the garden. We learned about topics ranging from the composition of soil and what it contains and how that helps a plant grow, to photosynthesis and how plants can convert sunlight into energy. They also learned patience and saw how long it took for a single plant to grow. This taught them about the importance of food and knowing how much effort it takes for a single plant to grow. This helps them learn to be grateful for the food they have and not waste anything. Taking what they learned, the students were then encouraged to start their own gardens to help feed their families, providing them with knowledge that will follow them for a lifetime. This project gave me great joy and fulfillment, as in the 2 weeks I was at the school, I was able to touch the lives of and inspire over 100 students studying there. And a few even went home to start their own gardens. Using time that I would have otherwise spent watching TV or scrolling on my phone, I felt proud that I was able to make a connection with these students. During the 2 weeks I was at the school, I was able to not only share my knowledge with the students, but also create meaningful connections with them. During breaks, students would come running to the garden, asking Akka, or older sister, how can I help? Some of them even got me small gifts, and they shared their joys with me, such as birthdays, by sharing candies. Every day, when I was leaving, the students would make sure that I would be back the next day. On my last day at the school, I was sad to be leaving, as it was honestly such a fun 2 weeks that I will never forget. But I was happy that I was leaving behind the foundation for the next generation to make a change in their lives and the world. I plan on continuing this project every time I go to India and hope to start a garden in a new school every time I visit, so I can make an impact on and bring joy to many more people by helping them. Now you might ask, how would going out of my way to help someone else make me happier? Though it might seem difficult to believe, it's true. Martin Luther King Jr., an activist who was vital in the civil rights movement, said, "Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others." According to a study done by Utah State University in 2017, volunteers were asked to rate their happiness and given an envelope containing either $5 or $20. These participants were then told to either spend the money on themselves or on someone else by the end of the day. At the end, the people who spent the money on someone else reported higher rates of happiness than those who spent it on themselves. A separate group was asked to predict the outcomes of this, and they predicted that people who spend money on themselves would be happier. Not only were they wrong, they were significantly wrong. It further said, thinking about money may propel individuals towards using their financial resources to benefit themselves, but spending money on others can provide a more effective route in increasing one's own happiness. This article details how people who work to get towards others in reality help themselves, as they had higher amounts of happiness. Happiness is contagious, and when you help someone, you bring at least a little amount of joy into their lives, which is then reflected back to you. It can be as simple as just smiling at someone or saying good morning to them. Further, an article in the Times Magazine titled, "The Secret to Happiness is Helping Others," written by Jenny Santi, states that helping others may just be the secret to having a life that is not only happier, but also healthier, wealthier, more productive, and meaningful. This is not saying that you should spend every minute you have for others, or that you should give all your money away to charity, but instead, it's saying you should make it a part of your life. Eleanor Roosevelt, former First Lady of the United States of America, said, "Since you get more joy out of giving joy to others, you should put a good deal of thought into the happiness you are able to give." Just as you might hang out with friends or go out for dinner once in a while, you should make it a part of your schedule to spend time for someone else. At first, it might seem like a daunting task to find time in your already busy schedule, but if you look closely, there's definitely somewhere that you could make time. Whether it's not going out to lunch one weekend, or skipping leisure time spent on devices, such as looking at the news or checking social media. Check with your local food bank to see if they are looking for volunteers, and dedicate a certain time of the week or month to go help them out. Does your local library offer tutoring programs? Check to see if there's a subject you can help with. There are many opportunities to get involved, and once you get started, it will be hard to stop. By helping others, you are bringing happiness into their lives, which will then reflect back to you. You will get to experience the joy of helping others, as it is a joy that cannot be described, and you must feel it for yourself. If you don't have time, consider donating material goods. Do you have that can of soup or box of pasta in your shelf that you probably won't use? Check if your local food bank will accept it. Are you always on the road? Pack a few grocery bags with things such as canned goods, instant noodles, and snacks, and keep it in your car. Whenever you see someone in need of money to feed their family, offer them a bag. Anything you do with kindness in your heart and care in your work will bring you happiness and fulfillment. After listening to this, even if you didn't hear anything I just said, at least hear this. A simple act of kindness can go a long way. And at the end of the day, you can be satisfied knowing that because of you, someone, somewhere, is happier than they were before. Thank you.